Hey there, happy day. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Set up for success. What matters most to you? Today we're going to talk about priorities. My priorities? No, who cares? You don't care one bit about my priorities. Only I care about my priorities. We're going to talk about your priorities. What's most important to you? What matters most to you? What do you care about? What's important to you? What's really, really important to you? We all say similar things are important to us. Time, money, freedom, cars, houses, travel, ego, religion, politics, relationships, how we contribute, what we contribute to the world, our family, power, control of our own lives, the ability to make our own destiny, whatever. If you ask human beings, what do you want? What's really important to you? What are your priorities? Pretty much family, God, or whatever you believe in spiritually, your health, and your relationships, people you love and care about, the same things. And then having enough money to do what we want, when we want, where we want, with whomever we want. There's 7 main areas of our life: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, contribution, and what did I forget? Relationships, contribution. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, contribution. 7 main areas of our life. And what I do every year, beginning of each year, I pick 3 things in each of those categories and I write them down as my year-long, my long-term goals. I always have longer-term goals, 5, 10, 20-year goals, because that's what keeps me living, or as well as a year-long goal. To me, a year-long is a longer, but it's a midterm, shorter-term goal. And that's how I know what I'm working toward in each area and aspect of my life. Why do I write down? I have one primary and then 2 like little ancillary ones in each of those areas. Why do I do that? Why do I do that exercise? Why do I write that down? Because I know and have learned by massive personal experience, if I don't pay at least a little attention to every area and aspect of my life, that area is going to rear its ugly head and get my attention, usually in a negative way. Because when we're not paying attention to different aspects of our self and our life, things happen. Stuff starts to happen to get our attention and make sure we're paying attention to it. Sometimes it can go for years and years where we don't pay attention to something. For example, my health. I neglected my health for well over a decade, maybe closer to 15, 20 years, in terms of putting myself last, working on things that I shouldn't have been working on because they were just ridiculous, going, never sleeping, not eating right, not taking care of myself, living on diet soda and coffee for the most part, and then junk food to supplement it, never exercising. Exercise to me was a 4-letter word. I'm not even kidding. Work was a really good word to me. Exercise was like the worst curse word I could ever even imagine. But our priorities change. They change over time. I'm curious if your priorities have changed since March, since COVID-19. I suspect, like mine, they probably have. I think we've always at the back of our mind had certain things in priorities. Like, I've always believed that my family is my number 1 priority. But if you saw me 20 years ago, I was not living and acting and behaving like my family was my number 1 priority. I was working all the time. I was traveling. I was chasing money and success in terms of other people's expectations. I wasn't chasing success how I defined it. I was chasing success how other people defined it. And my priorities, although I said they were the same, family, money, success, whatever, I don't even remember the order, but I had the 7 areas of my life really messed up. And they weren't messed up for anybody else. They were, the outside world would say, oh my God, she's got it all together. And inside I was like crumbling and dying because I wasn't living my truth, my priorities, what was really important to me. And it actually wasn't until I had the sudden cardiac arrest and died that I gave myself permission, literally, we always have our own permission, but it took that, which don't wait that long to give yourself permission to live the life that you want, the life that you love, to be living based on your priorities. And I would say during COVID, my priorities haven't shifted a ton, but they've shifted even a little bit more from work back to my family. Because the last couple of years, I've been divorced, my kids are grown, everything's going pretty smoothly. I could focus on transitioning from the offline brick and mortar world to the online world, focusing on my business and what I was trying to do and grow and create and how I was trying to make a difference in the world, make the world a better place. But with COVID, all of a sudden, I got to hang out with my amazing little granddaughter every day, 5 days a week, and sometimes we'd have sleepovers on weekends. I got to hang out with her and spend time with her. And she became my absolutely hands down #1 priority. From the time she got to my house in the morning to the time she went home at night, she was my #1 priority. Did I sneak a couple of business things in there? Yes, but I felt super duper guilty every time I did it. And so I realized that things change, times change, and our priorities change as well, as it should be. So my question for you today is, what are your priorities? How do you prioritize things? And are you doing it because of what you think you should do, or the outside world expects of you, or any other person expects of you, or because you know it's the right thing for you? It's pretty easy to know if it's the right thing for you or not. It's, how does it make you feel? When I am, and this is really weird, but when I am doing something very market related or salesy online, it feels off to me. It just doesn't feel right, because I know I'm not doing that 100% to help the person that I'm presenting it to. And yeah, you can change your mindset and your way of looking at it, and you owe it to people to serve them, but I owe it to people to serve them in the way that feels right and genuine for me. And that's different than all these marketing tactics and strategies and stuff. Do I know how to do them? Can I use them? Yes, but I need to twist them to feel like they're on point with me, especially as I get older and older. I don't need to manipulate people or convince them of things or get them to make decisions and choices against their best interests. So if I'm making an offering that's for your best interest, and I absolutely know and have talked to you and communicated with you and built a relationship with you, and I absolutely know that I can help you, that's totally different. I will definitely not manipulate, but I will share and convince you that, hey, you really need to do this. This is for you. It's not ever about me. And that's my priority. And each of us approach every topic and every subject and every experience in our life differently based on our own experiences and what we have and have not learned, and what we do and do not want to create in the world. So priorities. What are your priorities? Why are they your priorities? If you're not sure about what your priorities are and you think that you want something, just ask yourself a series of 7 whys. And we talk about it in the challenges. I think I've talked about it probably in all the challenges this year, because it's such a powerful tool that I came across this year. Always did the whys, but was taught 5 whys. And now Dean Graciosi introduced me early in the year to a 7 whys deep. And it's amazing how asking why 2 more times, how much deeper and more powerful and stronger that tool is than just asking a series of 5 whys. Never would have believed it, but it's absolutely true. And maybe 5 or 7 isn't the right number for you. Maybe you got to go deeper. It depends. Each of us is different. We don't know. But theoretically, the 7 whys is really a good place to start now. So your priorities. What's important to you? What matters most to you? Make sure that you know that. I'm not going to ask you to share it, because we'll end up with a bunch of big categories that we're all like, yeah, we can agree with that. Family, money, time, energy, health, whatever. They're going to be the same. But it doesn't matter what the word is. It's, what does that word mean to you? So that's it. That is our lesson for today. It's always about your priorities and what's important to you, not any other person on the planet. What feels right and good and makes you tick. All right, have an awesome day. If I can help you in any way, or you have any questions, ask in the comments below. We're getting ready for the next 30-day free Get Up and Go Challenge, which begins October 1st, right here on the Get Up and Go Challenge page. I invite you to join us if you want to guarantee that you're going to get better results after any change or any challenge you face than before. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow with another interesting Setup for Success life lesson.